Hey everyone, this time we're going to take a look at the market conditions in the stock market, which is the big brother of crypto market. We're going to try to find clues about the overall economic and investment conditions. Has the situation on the ground started to improve? Are people's pockets starting to thicken again? And is there more money available for investment? We'll try to find answers to these big questions by looking at the financial reports of companies that have just started to come out. Well, now until the end of February, companies all over the world will be releasing their quarter 4 2022 financial reports. And they'll also be sharing their outlook or predictions for the next few quarters to come. This is the moment that the market has been waiting for because it gives us a glimpse of the real economic conditions on the ground beyond macro data like inflation and GDP from the government. If companies are reporting sales and profits that meets or even exceeds their targets, it can be seen as a real signal that this economic conditions on the ground aren't as bad as they seem in the news. And similarly, if companies have a positive and optimistic outlook for the next few months, it can be seen as a real signal that the recession is ending. Maybe, hopefully. Because the general assumption is that these big public companies have an accurate internal data on consumer behavior. In this video, we'll take a look at the summary of financial reports of two tech giants, Microsoft and Tesla. They just released their financial reports around 2 days ago. Well, spoiler, the reports are mixed. There's no clear picture on the economy outlook yet, at least for me. I'm Sylvester. This is a Crypto Ice Cream channel. Let's get started. Before we begin, let's start with an important question. Why is it relevant to look for crypto market clues through the financial reports of conventional companies outside of crypto? In my opinion, it's still very relevant. This is because most current holders and potential buyers of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies still view Bitcoin and crypto as an investment, an opportunity to buy low and sell high. The main goal of Bitcoin as a currency has not yet been achieved. And almost all utility coins like Ethereum or Avalanche or Solana are still seen as opportunities to buy low and sell high. Still the same. Not as their textbook utility, which is for accessing its own blockchain network. So as long as crypto is still an investment tool, looking for clues through general economic condition is still very relevant. Well, later when Bitcoin becomes a currency and when a majority of people buys Ethereum to access the Ethereum network, then we will move on from this analysis. Now let's get into Microsoft and Tesla. There are two main themes from their quarter 4 financial reports. First, their revenue is higher than expectations. Very good. Microsoft's EPS, earnings per share, is $2.32, higher than analyst expectations of $2.29. And meanwhile, Tesla's EPS is $1.19, also higher than analyst expectations of $1.13. Elon Musk said, and I quote, "Thus far in January, we've seen the strongest order year to date than ever in our history. We're currently seeing orders of almost twice the rate of production." But a small note here, the increase in revenue for Microsoft and Tesla does not always mean that the market is growing. There are many factors. Maybe the market is the same, but they are taking market share from their competitors. For example, someone who originally wanted to buy a Honda car may now buy a Tesla because of a special discount Tesla is offering. That's why a comprehensive view of the industry's condition will only be complete when their competitors' financial reports are also released, so they are viewed together holistically. But it's still good, guys, really good. If a number of people who wants to buy semi-premium cars like Tesla is doubled, it means that people's pockets are not really as tight as reported in the media. The second takeaway from their financial report, well, this is the one that gets me mixed up. The future may not be as good. Well, first, Microsoft gave this quote by saying, and I quote, "In our commercial business, we expect business trends that we saw at the end of December to continue into quarter three this year." This is from the CFO's statement. They also announced that they will lay off 10,000 employees, which is around 5% or less of their total employees. And this is huge. This is a huge number, big number. And also, Tesla is more or less the same. At the end of December, there was a leak about mass layoffs at Tesla in 2023. This massive layoffs mean only one thing, guys. The company is anticipating that future conditions will not be as good as they were before. So they need to save money and can't afford to pay as many employees as before. From these two takeaways, my conclusion is that the current economic condition is still uncertain. On one hand, the economy in quarter four is still much stronger than analysts predicted. And the recession that was foretold from beginning of last year has yet to arrive. It's been 1 year already. But on the other hand, the outlook from Microsoft and Tesla remains gloomy, and their quarter four data has not made them change their minds, and they are still preparing for a gloomy year. So for now, our crystal ball seems to be still cloudy. Hopefully in a month's time, it will be clearer when the release of other companies with the release of other companies' financial reports. For me, these financial reports will be one of the keys to determining my crypto investment strategy. If the results are mostly better than expectations and their outlook is positive, well, it could be that the recent rise in crypto is a move by institutions that have already started to speculate. Because most probably they already know the data earlier than we do. Where do they get it from? Yeah, from having coffees, dinners with the CEOs of these companies. Well, that's their advantage. But still, if this happens to be the case, for me, this is positive. My question about who's buying behind the last crypto rally and why are they buying is possibly answered implicitly. Well, that's my opinion. What's yours? See you on our next adventure.